Today we're going to create this urban mandala number 8 that was shot in downtown New York City at 1 Center Street. So about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I finished a 6-month project for a big client of mine, and which was an extension of a 4-month project for that same client, which was an add-on to a 3-month project, 3 to 4 month project that preceded that. So for the last 12 to 15 months, I've been working on this massive project that just kind of kept escalating and escalating and escalating. And each project was separate, but it got bigger and bigger. So I haven't had much time to do any of this personal work or urban mandalas or any type of artwork or videos for YouTube over the last few months. That project ended about 4 weeks ago, and it finally gave me some time to decompress and to reapproach doing YouTube and doing these urban mandala projects and coming up and shooting and spending some time outside looking for different pieces of the puzzle to put together these urban mandalas. And around that same time, it was the beginning of September, my youngest son was starting high school. His high school is right down by 1 Center Street, where I photographed and took video of these images that I'm putting together today. Now, the first few days before school started, we kind of took the trip together from home. We live in Brooklyn. So I took him on the train and showed him the train and the train stops to get off at, and to kind of get him to feel comfortable going to and from his new high school, so that he felt comfortable knowing which routes to take and which subways to get on and all that stuff. And those few days I kind of was inspired by the location. There's a lot of old Roman architecture. It's a very historic area. It's where City Hall is. It's where a lot of the municipal buildings and the courts and all those types of buildings are. So there's this great architecture. There's this really old Romanesque columns and buildings and sculptures and what do they call those, relief sculptures and stuff like that. So I was really inspired by the location. So after a few days of dropping him off at school and taking him to and from, I walked him to school one day and I said, you know what, I'm going to take out my camera and start photographing some of these spots. And in the process, I was thinking of how I'm going to put together these images. So I was going into the project thinking about how and what type of angles I was going to use and photograph these objects so that I can use them for this urban mandala. What I keep finding interesting about these projects is that they give you a glimpse of a moment in time and a visual memory of things that caught my eye and caught my attention of this area specifically, distill them into their purest, simplest form, yet making it beautiful and graphic and interesting to look at and to examine all the details that are being put together for this project. It wasn't all shot in one specific location, but there was a few blocks in 1 Center Street that really caught my eye, and truthfully, in that whole area, you could shoot over and over and over again and make completely different and new and interesting versions of this mandala, because that whole area is just loaded with really interesting and beautiful architecture. So after doing 8, really 9 of these mandalas, I shot a different mandala about a year ago at 30th Street in Midtown, and that one came out really well, but I did not take a lot of video and I did not record the screen recording of creating that mandala, but I'll show you that one day. But my idea is to take these mandalas and to put them together and start selling prints, because people seem to be interested in purchasing some of these. So if you're interested in purchasing any of these, please comment down below and let me know if you'd be interested in purchasing a framed version of this artwork. I'm going to also be submitting it to a couple of competitions, and also am thinking about getting some representation for this artwork. If you don't follow me on Instagram, Quantum Variant on Instagram is where I post a bunch of stories, and I tried posting some of these artwork up there, some of the animated versions, some of the processed versions and stuff like that. I'm trying to get that more concise. It's been a bit all over the map, but I really enjoy doing these, and there seems to be something to them that people are gravitating towards. Let me know down in the comments below if you would be interested in seeing more of these. Let me know if you have any questions about the process, or if you have any questions about how I do these, or any individual part of the process, or even Photoshop questions or anything down below in the comments. Also, make sure you hit that like button so that this video can be shared with other people. Hey, even share this video with anybody out there on Twitter and Instagram or Facebook, wherever you'd like to share it. That'd be great to get more exposure to these pieces of artwork. I'd really like these to kind of take off, and I think there is something to them. I'm also interested in possibly taking commissions on doing these for different people or different locations or buildings or landmarks around the city or around the country or anywhere someone would want to send me. Also, hit that subscribe button if you'd like to keep getting some videos from me. I haven't put up a video in a while, but I'm hoping to get back to a more regular schedule. I have another urban mandala planned that I shot in Coney Island, and I'm hoping to get started working on that after I finish this whole video up, and hopefully that won't take as long because I have a process. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.